Welcome back. I'm hanging out with Miley Cyrus, everybody. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you so much. Congrats on a new song, Midnight Sky. I loved it. I knew you were going to put something out. I was like, you can't not do something. You're always doing something cool, but this is a good vibe. I love it. It's a great song, and there's a little sample in there of Edge of 17 by Stevie Nicks.
Yes.
Did you ask Stevie for permission to use the song?
I have the coolest letter ever from Stevie too, and I sent her the song, and I said, you know, I have an alternate melody. If you don't want me to kind of like pay tribute to you and your greatness and how much you've inspired me, and she said, you can borrow from me anytime. Ugh. Which, you know, now you asked me about kind of new artists and what my advice would be for them, and one thing that I've just learned from her, from Dolly, Joan, you know, all in the same, is that they are so open and welcoming to the newer members, the younger artists coming up, and they offer their mentorship. And it's just been really incredibly important in my career, having someone like her to look up to, you know, like everyone looks up to Stevie Nicks, but having that direct relationship, it's been just, you know, kind of life changing and just so important.
It fits so perfect in the song, too. I'm so happy she said yes. It's great.
Me too.
You always throw curveballs, though, because you put something out and you go, oh, my gosh, like something like Bangers. Then you also put out, like, Malibu, and you're like, what? Like, we didn't see that coming at all. And you're like, yeah, I can do that, too.
And I never see it coming either. That's the good thing. That's what we all are experiencing it at the same time, because I never know. I never could have written this, especially. What's really interesting that I've never experienced before is Midnight Sky was almost written in kind of two parts. The idea was kind of born before 2020, maybe towards the end of 2019 last year, early in the year, me really feeling like I want to take control of that narrative. I want to speak up for myself and be clear about the last 2 years. And actually, I did the Morrison Hotel anniversary. I got to play with the Doors. And that was the last time that I went out before Corona. And so I went and had the best time, and me and like, it was like Linda Ramone and Billy and all the greats, and I was getting to perform, with Robbie. It was just the coolest. And then everything stopped like the next week. And what was kind of cool about writing Midnight Sky is I was writing from a reality that actually, when it says it's been a long night and the mirror's telling me to go home, it's actually about at the end of the night, that night, I went to take a picture of everyone because I was with such icons, but it was selfie mode. And I had been sweating and dancing all night, and it basically, my phone yelled, go, get in the car.
Yep.
Go. My mullet was flat. My lashes were falling off. And so I wrote it from that reality, but then I also wrote it. I didn't finish the song until, 3-4 months later into lockdown. So then it became kind of about a fantasy. This night that it almost felt unfinished. So it was writing from a surreal point of view, but also from a real night that I had with these legends. So it's kind of, I've never written a song in two parts like that.
You're performing 2 songs tonight. Thank you for doing that. Midnight Sky, and you're also doing a cover of Man-Eater by Hall & Oates. Yeah. Come on! How did you choose Man-Eater? I love that song.
So Man-Eater, I think it's very important to be transparent. So I'm freshly single, so anyone watching that's my future ex-husband just knows I told you.
I told you, man. You can't be surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wear it all out in the open. There's no skeletons in the closet. I warned you first.
Man, I've seen you do covers of a bunch of songs, and every single time you crush it. What was the one you did right in front of Paul Simon at the SNL?
Oh, man, 50 Ways.
50 Ways in front of, dude, I was looking at you, but also looking at Paul Simon. I'm like,
I remember telling Lorne Michaels I was going to do 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover, and he said, we've already got Paul Simon. We don't need that on our show. If we want 50 Ways, we'll get Paul Simon. He's like
here.
My best friend. He's already here. But I sent in a tape, like an audition, to Lorne and said, please let me do this song, because I was just feeling that way so much. And he let me do it, and it was honestly, it was the biggest honor of my life getting to perform. Also the scariest thing I've ever done. I've jumped out of planes after eating like 5 burritos. I've done crazy stuff. That was the craziest thing I've ever done.
And you nailed it.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on.